Skylar, go to the back. Devin, Jacob, go to the back.
Okay, I am so excited to be with you all today, but before we begin, I want to go over some behavior expectations. So everyone should be sitting on the carpet crisscross, and while I'm giving instruction, voice levels should be at 0 unless I tell you to talk to your neighbor, then voice levels should be at 2. So that's not a whisper, but we're not shouting and we're not talking, okay? And then also, I'm gonna have you working in groups a lot or with your neighbor. And when I do that, I'm gonna have you working, but when I want you to come back and bring your focus back to me, I'm gonna say waterfall, waterfall, and I want you to say shh. So can we practice? Pretend like you're talking to each other. Waterfall, waterfall. Okay. I want you to think about how, and this is thinking, so we're not talking. I want you to think about how you would describe yourself or how your friends would describe you. So I want you to think. Now, I want you to look at your neighbor. So find a neighbor to look at. Does everyone have a neighbor to look at?
No.
So you two can look at each other. You three can look at each other because we don't have room for everybody to have just 2 neighbors. And I want you to describe, I want you to look really good at each other, just really hard. Sophie, you and Caleb. And now I want you to describe to your neighbor what you see. So what do you see about the person that you're looking at? What do you notice? Waterfall, waterfall. I want someone to raise their hand and tell me what they noticed about their neighbor. Jackson, what did you notice about your neighbor? He has blonde hair. Anime, what did you notice about your neighbor?
Nice.
He's nice. Michaela, what did you notice about your neighbor? She has a dot on her cheek. Okay, so today we are going to learn about main character traits in a story. So we're going to be looking at those. As readers, character traits allow us to have a deeper meaning about what we're reading. So I want you to think about your favorite book and think about your favorite character in that book. What are some things that you remember about that character?
No.
I want you to raise your hand. Cam?
Pete the cat.
Pete the cat. What about Pete the cat do you remember?
He's blue.
He's blue. Austin, you forgot. Caleb.
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat. What do you remember about Cat in the Hat?
He wears a white and red hat.
He wears a white and red hat. Jacob, what do you remember about your favorite character?
Captain Underpants.
What about Captain Underpants do you remember?
He wears a red cape.
He wears a red cape. Okay, so today we're going to be working on main character traits. Can anyone remind us what a main character of a story is? So
The character that's like the title or something.
the title, so you can find out who the main character is by the title of the book, Skylar.
Illustrator.
The illustrator. So the main character is the central character of a story. So everything that happens in the story revolves around that character. So today we're going to be looking at the traits of that character. And the traits are the unique things that the character does, says, or even what the character looks like. So, right here on my anchor chart, it says main character traits. And the first thing that we can notice about a character are its outside character traits or external character traits. Can everyone say external? External. Good job. So, we have external character traits, the things that we notice on the outside. The first thing that we can notice on the outside is their appearance, so what they look like. So I want you to look at the girl on the cover of this book. What are some things that you notice about her appearance? Jackson. She's mean, but that's not what does she look like?
Mad?
She's mad. So you're looking at the title of the book. Well, she does look mad, doesn't she? How do you know she looks mad?
Her face looks mad.
Her face looks mad. So for appearance, we could say she has a mean face. What else? Annabelle.
When people get mean, they smile like that.
They smile like that. You know what we call that? We call that a smirk. So she's smirky. That's a good observation. Sophie.
She's kind of mad and happy.
She's happy. What do
She's happy that the people are running away from her.
she is?
And she's also really mad.
She is
And
mad.
I can tell by her eyebrows.
You can tell by her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are raised. I noticed that she has short black hair. So she has short hair.
And I can notice why she's a queen. She has a crown. That's on the ground.
So you notice that she has a crown?
That's why it's called the reset queen.
Right. So we can notice character traits by their appearance, but another external character trait that we notice is their actions. So what they're doing. So the other day we talked about being kind. What are some actions that can show us that a character is being kind? Skylar. Helping others. What else? Cam. Being kind to others. Being their friend. Zariah, did you have one? You don't have one?
No.
So those are some actions. The last thing for outside traits that we notice is dialogue. So what the character is saying. So if a character is being kind, what could they possibly be saying? Christian. Saying nice things. What are some nice things that they could say? You're nice to me. Okay. Devin. What are some kind things that someone could say?
You're a good friend.
You're a good friend. That's a very good one. One more. Maybe someone who hasn't talked. Jacob.
Being kind.
Being kind, so they're being kind. Okay, so these are external traits that we notice. But guess what? There's also inside traits of a character that we can notice. So inside traits, that's called internal. Can everyone say internal?
We can barely see it.
I'm going to use a blue one instead. I'll come back and highlight that. So for internal traits, those are thoughts. So what a character is thinking and feelings. So what a character could be feeling. If a character is kind, what are some inside thoughts that that character could have to write? They're happy. So they could say, I am so happy. Okay? Could they say, I love my friends? They could think that. They could think that in their mind. Oh, I think that I love my friends. And what feelings could a character have if they were kind? Skylar.
Nice feeling.
Nice feelings? Okay. Joy. That's a good one. Joy.
And that's my mommy's name.
That's your mom's name? Cam.
Happy?
Happy. They could be happy. So So we've looked at outside and inside, so external and internal traits that a character could have that tells us what they're doing and who they are. So now I'm going to read a story and I'm going to be looking for the traits of the main character. But while I read the story, I'll also be filling out this main character worksheet. And on the worksheet, it says, get to know your character. Who is the character? So I'll write the main character's name once I figure out who the main character is. What does the character look like? So appearance. So I'll write a short phrase or sentence about what the character looks like. And it can also just be individual words. And text evidence. This means that I'm going to put down where I found the trait, so what page number I found it, and also a short phrase or sentence to support that I found the trait for appearance. So maybe it could be I found it in a sentence, so I could write that sentence down from the book. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to model this for you. Okay. The Recess Queen by Alexis O'Neill and Laura Lewinsky-Gibbs. Mean Jean was the recess queen, and nobody said any different. Nobody swung until Mean Jean swung. Nobody kicked until Mean Jean kicked. Nobody bounced until Mean Jean bounced. And you know what? I've already noticed that if the author said that Mean Jean was the recess queen, and the title of the book is The Recess Queen, then who do you think is the main character?
The recess queen.
The Recess Queen, what's her name?
Mean Jean.
Mean Jean. So I can say, who is this character? I'll put down Mean Jean. And you know what else? I also already noticed characteristics about her. So I noticed her appearance. So what does the character look like? She has short hair. And we talked about she has a mean smirk. So I'm going to put that down. For text evidence, I'm going to say that I found this on page number 1. And since it's appearance, that's all I have to put down. Because we're looking at what she looks like from the outside. Okay. Let's read. If kids ever crossed her, she'd push them and smush them, lollipaloosh them, hammer them, slammer them, kicks, and can jammer them. She was pretty mean, huh? Say what? Mean Jean growled. Say who? Mean Jean howled. Say you. Just who do you think you're talking to? Mean Jean always got her way. Until one day. Okay, so now that I've read a little bit, I want each of you to first get a clipboard from over there, and then go and get your pencils and come back quietly on the phone. Pick any side. Choose a side. But stay, whatever side you choose, stay on that side. So we're going to use the other side. Everyone have a paper, a clipboard, and a pencil.
Caleb, pick it up.
Yes. Paper, clipboard, pencil. If you haven't, give me a thumbs up so I know. And so our friends who are passing out our paper know that everyone has one. Did you get one for yourself? Thank you. All right. So now, as I read, yes, put your name on the top. That's the first thing you'll do. Good. Okay, so now as I read, I want each of you to pay close and special attention, and I would like for you to write down appearance, personality, so their thoughts or feelings, or their action traits that you hear about in the story. And don't worry about writing text evidence because you can't see the page number, and also sometimes it'll be really hard to see the sentence and I'll be reading it, so we won't have enough time to stop to let everyone write it down. So I want you to write down appearance, action, and personality traits that you hear about in the story. Her name is Mean Jean.
How do you spell mean?
M-E-A-N.
How do you spell me?
M-E-A-N, and then G-J-E-A-N.
What?
So you're gonna write Mean Jean. The name Mean Jean is going to go right here in this little box. Who is the character?
How do you spell Jean again? How do you spell Jean?
J-E-A-N.
Wait, how do you spell me?
J. J as in job. E-A-N. If you're done writing her name, give me a thumbs up so I know.
How do you spell Jean?
G-J-E-A-N. Okay, are you ready? You will come back and write her name later. I want you to remember, pay close attention to her appearance traits. Write it in the appearance box right here. Her thoughts and feelings traits in this box right here, and action traits go right there.
Wait, what?
All right. A new kid came to school. Katie Sue. A teeny kid. A tiny kid. A kid you might scare with a jump and a boo. But when the recess bell went ringety ring, the kids ran ziggity zing from the playground gate. Katie swung before Mean Jean swung. Katie Sue kicked before Mean Jean kicked. Katie Sue bounced before Mean Jean bounced. The kid you might scare with a jump and a boo was too new to know about Mean Jean, the recess queen. Well, Mean Jean bullied through the playground crowd. Like always, she pushed kids and she smushed kids. She lollipalooshed kids. She hammered them. She slammered them. Kids and conjammered them, and she charged after that Katie Sue. So what action traits could we find already that Mean Jean does?
Me? She pushes people?
She pushes people, so you could write that down for action.
Where?
Right here on the action box. Right here. This is for action.
What do you write?
You write what she's doing. What is Mean Jean doing? She's pushing.
How do you spell pushing?
P-U-S-H-I-N-G.
Can you say it?
How do you spell people?
P-U-S-H-I-N-G. I want you to spell it the best way you can, and then we'll come back to it.
P-E-P-L-E.
Spell pushing the best way that you can, and then we'll come back and we'll change it. Because you're writing with a pencil, so it's always easy to erase. Say what she growled. Say who she growled. Say you, she snarled and growled. Katie Sue by the collar. Nobody swings until Queen Jean swings. Nobody kicks until Queen Jean kicks. Nobody bounces until Queen Jean bounces. And she figured that would set the record straight. So what feelings could Mean Jean be feeling like? Jacob. Mad. You could write that down for personality.
Personality. It starts with a P.
Yep, right.
That's for
Right here.
math.
Personality. Bad.
M-A-D.
Easy.
All right.
M-A-D.
She figured wrong. Katie Sue talked back. Just as sassy as could be, she said, "How did you get so bossy?" Then that puny thing, that loony thing, grabbed the ball and bounced away. Oh, Katie Sue was one quick kid. She bolted quick as lightning. Bouncity, bouncity, bounce. Kickity, kickity, kick. Swingity, swingity, swing. Mean Jean thundered close behind. Bouncity, kickity, swingity. The recess queen was not amused. She raced and chased and in your face that Katie Sue. No one spoke. No one moved. Then from her pack pulled Katie Sue a jump rope clean and bright. "Hey, Jeannie Beanie," sang Katie Sue, "let's try this jump rope out. Here's one thing true. Until that day, no one dared ask Mean Jean to play. But that Katie Sue just hopped and jumped and skipped away. I like ice cream, I like tea, I want Jean to jump with me." Jean just gaped and stared, as if too scared to move at all. So Katie Sue sang once more, "I like popcorn, I like tea, I want Jean to jump with me." Then from aside a kid called out, "Go, Jean, go!" And too surprised to even shout, Jean jumped in with Katie Sue. "I like cookies, I like tea, I want you to jump with me." The rope whizzed and slapped faster and faster. The rope spun and flapped faster and faster, till it caught in a tangled disaster. But they just giggled and jumped again. Well, now when recess rolls around, that playground's one great place. At the school's bells ringity ring, those two girls race zingity zing out the classroom door. Jean doesn't push kids and smush kids, lollipaloosh kids, hammer 'em, slammer 'em, kicks and can jammer 'em, 'cause she's having too much fun. Rompity romping with her friends. The end. Bouncity, kickity, swingity, hoppity, skippity, jumpity, ringity, zingity, yes. Okay, now that we're done, I'm gonna put you guys in groups, and I want you in your groups to discuss what traits that you found. So what appearance traits you found, personality traits, and action traits. So I'm gonna put you in groups. Your group can go anywhere in the room as long as you're sitting. Your voice level is at a 2, so you're talking to each other, much like my voice level is to you right now. That's how you're talking to each other. And then I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and when the timer rings, we're all going to come back together and sit quietly on the carpet, and we're going to discuss in a group the traits that we found. I'll say waterfall, waterfall to get all of our attention back after that. So I'm going to put you in groups of 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all 4 are a group. You can go anywhere in the room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all are a group. Y'all can go anywhere in the room. One, 2, Christian, you're in this group. Jackson, Kayla, Michaela, Annabelle, y'all are all in a group. And then you 4 boys, after that, y'all are in a group.
Alright, where do you want to sit?
Guys, get over here.
I don't want to sit on the wall, it's on the back.
Jackson. Jackson.
Let's sit at the table.
No.
Find a spot.
I don't want to sit on this.
Y'all just sit on the carpet again.
I don't want to.
Oh, what do we do? She's sitting right there. There's 4 chairs. Easily, right there. Michaela, Jackson, Annabelle, y'all sit right there.
I sit. This is my spot where I sit.
You need to help David. He didn't write anything. I don't know why David. No, he's pulling up on the
She also has short hair.
mean and her eyes. What color is me? Okay, I am. If she's ready to, if she's pushing the oh, if she's pushing black hair, no, I didn't. There was only 4 people.
What actions did Mean do? What did she do? She smushed? She pushed? Yeah, is that all the time? Yes.
Wait, can we do the back?
No. The sex evidence.
Wait, what?
What thoughts and feelings do you
Not like
That's why she was pissed.
I said that. No, you gotta know. I said it's gonna be wrong about all of them. I like those. Hey, they could.
Okay, everyone, back to the carpet.
Say rain. Oh no, I don't want my bicycle.
Let's see how quietly we can come back. Not quiet.
Waterfall.
Voice level is at 0. Waterfall. Okay, everyone, flip over your page and turn it to the blank side. So today we've learned about character traits. What kind of character traits did we learn about, Jacob? She was mean. So would that would be a personality trait, right? Yes. Cam? She pushed. What kind of trait would that be? It would be actions. You're right, Caleb. What else did we learn about? There's one more trait that we learned about. Skylar. You got it. Appearance. Good job. So what she looked like. So now, with that sheet that you have, has anyone read A Bad Case of Stripes? Yes. So we're all familiar with this story. But you're only going to read a short portion of this story. And with the other side of your worksheet, you're going to look for and write about appearance, action, or personality traits that you find in this story. So the short pages. For text evidence, everyone listen closely. You are going to write the page number that you found your trait on, okay? This doesn't have page numbers, but what page number do you think this would be? 1. Right. So after that, 2, 3, 4, you can do that. And then, just write the page number 1. That's all, okay? You don't have to write A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon. If you haven't read it, it's a really good book. But right now, we're not going to read all of it. Just a short portion. You have to stop with that. Okay, so Jacob, and Annabelle, my materials people, come follow me. Hand these out. Once they hand you out of paper, you can go back to your seat and start working. Okay? Right now we're just going to use everyone's
With the glue?
No, by yourself. Go back to your seat and get to work.
I don't get it. You need to control it.